Today I'm gonna record a video for the tubes of the U. I'm gonna make Miyun into a zombie. So I have a her avatar. Her body is mine. And it will also be a tutorial on how people can do the shit I am doing, which is chasing the costumes. Granted, they know a little bit of Photoshop. Why did they kidnap her? Okay, I want you to know I did not kidnap her. She gave herself to me freely on her own accord, okay?
My water dish is empty!
Okay, but the reason I choose Yuna is because her texture layout. Okay, for reference, I think I will show you hers and mine. As I was saying, the reason I chose Miyune is because her UV layout is clean and simple and really, really laid out. UV layout is when you take all the layers and you all the textures that are needed for a model and you'll place them in one single texture that the program can read. And as you can see, mine is a little bit chaotic, and this is only 1 out of 3. I have 3 of these. But Miyune's is nice and clean and simple. And I think it's a really good example to show how you can retexture your avatar without needing the help of your rigger. So another thing you can do, obviously, is open the original Photoshop file with all the layers in their proper place, the one you send to the Live2D guy or gal, and then you send it to them and they do a replace, which is frankly quite fast and easy. But just in case you don't want to pay, I don't know, the extra money to your rigger or do that, I will show how you can just take the base texture that is located in the file and, have a new outfit. Obviously, before you do this, you need to make copies of the textures. What I also like to do is, and what I will try to teach people to do, is to edit it in a non-destructive way. So you will always have the original texture there. Stop sewing her underwear. Okay, let's censor them. Step 1, censor the underwear. Done! Step 2, what we're gonna have to do is we need a little copy of Miyunem. And the reason for that is when you don't see, like when you see the model deconstructed like this, it's really hard to see if you're missing something or like how things look. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna load up the avatar somewhere. All right, so here's a little Miyune, okay? So like I said, we are gonna need to be able to refresh the texture. So the first thing we're gonna do is go to the top, we're gonna click on this, and then we're gonna add the hotkey. You can name it if you want to, but you don't have to. Refresh texture. And then on the hotkey action, we go here and we go reload model texture. And then we record a key combination. I'm gonna put it on 1. And now I'm gonna make her small and put her in the corner for you. And I guess I can show you what I am going for. So my idea for Miyuna is to make her into a zombie. And while I could just make her into, like, I don't know, just take her normal textures and just make them, like, bloody and tiered. As you can see, like, I have some examples of, like, tiered clothes here. Just for inspiration. But I think I want to do something like this. I want to turn one into a kind of, relatable character. So I choose Sakura Minamoto from Zombieland Saga. We're gonna change the color of her outfits a little bit. There are a bit of reasons why I chose this. I hope she likes it. I really hope she likes it. As you can see, I already made a few changes on our little Miyune there. But for the sake of this video, I'm gonna recreate all the tests I did. So I will have my references open. And I only need 1. I don't need all of these. Like I said, the goal is to do non-destructive changes. I'm gonna make this one red so that we know to not touch it. Then I'm gonna hit B on the keyboard to do the brush tool. And then if you hold down Alt, this little eyedropper comes out and you can sample the color of the skin. And then Control-Shift-N to make a new layer. We are gonna name our layer. I usually don't name my layers, okay? I'm chaotic like that. But for the sake of this video, I'm gonna rename the layers, okay? So I'm gonna rename this one Skin Color. And then Alt and Backspace will fill the entire layer with your primary color. Then I'm gonna go to the Layers tab on the right. I'm gonna hold down Alt, and then I'm gonna click between the skin color and layer 1. Layer 1 being the original texture of the model. You see that little square with the arrow appears? If you click it, it creates a clipping mask. A clipping mask is when it tells it, okay, take this layer and only apply it on the active pixels of this layer. You don't need to understand it, you just need to do it, okay? Then I will change the blend mode into hue, and that instantly makes the skin blue. The problem is it makes everything blue, and we do not want that. So we're gonna do like this. We're gonna go here to this little square with a circle. I'm gonna click it, and we're gonna add a mask. A mask is generally how we're gonna make changes, because a mask is a non-destructive way, which means whatever you do, you can go back without just hitting undo, undo, undo. Okay? While making sure we have the mask selected, not the layer, the mask, I'm gonna hit B on my keyboard again, so the brush comes up, and then I'm gonna click D. The D resets all the colors in your palette. By default, white says, okay, give me everything, and 0 says, give me nothing. What I'm actually gonna do is, while I have the mask selected, I will hit Control and I to invert the mask. It makes that it hides everything. And then we're gonna take the brush, as we were, and we're gonna start painting on the mask with white. So the mask only appears on the parts we know. I'm gonna do it roughly, and then I'm gonna refine it. I will do Control-Shift-N, and that will create a new layer. And I'm gonna name it Test Colors. And then I'm gonna draw a single dot over the skin. As you can see, the color is still a little bit off from what I want it to be. So we're gonna fix that. I'm gonna fix it by selecting the skin color, holding out Control and J. So we'll duplicate the layer, we'll create the clipping mask by holding down Alt, and then in the blending mode up here, we're gonna change it to multiply. I will actually do one more thing. I will go to the skin color, where it says opacity, I will set it to 90. I wanted a little bit of the flash color to peek through, but not enough. And then I will go to the multiply again. I don't know if I want it to be under or over. I think I want to be under, actually. Yeah. So what I did there is I just grabbed it and changed the order. So the multiply color copy, we're gonna make it skin color multiply, so you know which one it is. And then we're gonna adjust the opacity until it looks like the sample color. I think 35 is good. All right, now it's time to fix the socks, because as you can see, the color bleeds through the socks because I did it roughly. I should have done it before I duplicated the layer, but you know. Okay, let me hide the multiply for now so I have a better view. I will select the mask of the skin color again, and I will take my brush and I will click X on the keyboard to invert the color, so I'm painting with black, and I will start deleting. I'm gonna grab the mask of the multiply layer, and I'm gonna delete it by dragging it to the trash bin, and then I'm gonna hold down Control, click on the mask of skin color. So the selection comes up. Then while skin color multiply is selected, I'm gonna click the mask icon again and add the mask, so the masks are now the same. Another thing I remember I wanted to change is that the cheeks were too pink. Maybe I can show you. I guess this is a good time to test what we've done. So File, Export, quick export on PNG. That will replace the texture that is in the Live2D model file. Save, yes. Then I'm gonna go to my Unim model. I'm gonna click 1. And as you can see, so it changes the textures from what I had previously, which was my testing, to what we have now. And as you can see, I think the pink is a little bit too strong, right? So I think I want to change that. All right, Control-Shift-N for a new layer. I'm gonna name this one Darken Blush Zones. Click OK. I'm gonna make it a clipping mask as well. This is quite important. I'm gonna keep the same color for now and paint over them. Like you see, I wouldn't always have to do it with masks. Sometimes this is faster, but to each their own. Yeah, I'm gonna say to linear burn for now. And maybe lower the opacity to 90 again. Then I will export, PNG. again, so we can refresh the textures and test. And this is what we're gonna have to do all the time. You have to refresh the textures all the time to make sure you like it. I mean, it looks more undead for sure. So let me change the darker blast tones from linear burn to color. And then again, lower the opacity to maybe something like 30. I think it looks, yeah, this looks less dead. Yeah, I think I still want it to be a little bit cute. I guess we can do the eyes next. All right, let's go back to this, to our sample. And while the brush tool is selected, so B for brush tool, hold down Alt and select a red color. I won't, oh wait. Make sure you're not in a mask. I'm gonna select. So, okay, just in case it happens to you. If you have selected a mask, if you hold down Alt, it will only show black and white colors. It won't show actual colors because the black does not have colors. In which case, I have to select an actual normal texture, or rather normal layer, and then hold down Alt and select the red I want. And then, guess what? I'm gonna make a new layer. And now I'm gonna show you another way to add a new layer, which is why at the bottom right here, there's a square with a plus. You click that. We're gonna name it manually. To color, to eyes, hold down Alt, make the clipping mask as was. Then go here to the eyes, B for brush tool, and we'll start painting over the eyes. All right, while the eyes layer is selected, we'll go to blending mode again, and I'm gonna change it to... So, like, most of the techniques we're gonna use are pretty simple. And they're things that you can experiment with, so you can get, the result you need. All right, we have the eyes. Let's do hair next. You can also change the color of your palette by clicking on the little square here, and then clicking on the layer to sample the color. Click OK, make a new layer. I'm gonna start painting over the hair. You can also do this with an actual mask like before. If you're wondering what I'm doing now, if you hold down Shift, it draws a straight line from where you are to where you click. Okay, in this case, I'm gonna change the blending mode into color. But, Miyune has like this blue and pink highlights on the side of her head, which I wanna keep. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select the base layer, and then I'm gonna go to select, color range, and I'm gonna select a gray. Select the main layer, then go to select, color range. I'm gonna select a color that is mostly like her hair. Okay. Then, now I have selected the hair. We don't want to have the hair selected. We want to have the highlight selected. So we have to invert the selection by holding down Control Shift I. Now, Control J to duplicate and make a clipping mask. Move it at the top. Show the hair again. Presto, we have highlights. I think this is nice. Cool. Okay, so you have to understand that when you're just trying to edit an outfit you have, it's really, really, really hard to follow the costume you're replicating 101. So it's nice as to think of it as an adaptation rather as a recreation. Okay, here's what we'll do. I think I will make her socks white and put holes into them. And then I might try to give her bandages on her thigh. Control Shift 10, new layer, socks. Now some actually painting will probably occur, but for first, let's paint over the socks white, and then change the blending mode to... Oh, hard light kind of works. So I'm gonna get socks color and socks lightness. And obviously I need to fix this. So, I don't know. I'm just gonna delete. I'm just gonna erase with the eraser. Is it? Actually, no. You know what? I'm gonna show you the easier way, I think. I'm gonna go to the selection tool, and I'm gonna do object selection tool from rectangle to lasso. Let's see how this works. Usually, it still doesn't work great, but hey. For that, I need to have the main layer selected. Let's select the pixels from these. Yeah, it still needs some refinement, but hey. Okay. Now the socks are white. I'm gonna actually export again and test it and see how I like it. And as you see now, she has red hair and red eyes and white socks. Okay, not gonna lie, I'm kind of liking this. But I still want to put holes in her socks. We'll go back here, Control-Shift-10, new layer, socks, holes. And I'm gonna select the skin color for now. And let's start drawing holes. And they're holes. I mean, they're holes. They don't have to be perfect, do they? Okay, I think this is good enough, right? All right. Now, how I'm gonna do the shading. Emperor, you're back. Welcome. All right, so the way I'm gonna do the shading is I'm gonna select the layer that is sock holes. I'll make sure that the actual layer and not the mask is selected. And then I will go to the lock and I will lock this first. This locks the transparency, which means that I cannot draw outside of the pixels that are already drawn. And then I will try to do some skin shading into that. And let's see how it goes. Okay, I'm gonna make it yet another layer. And I'm gonna see if I want to actually draw some outlines. Okay, let's draw her some bandages up here. Okay, so the way I made the bandages is essentially by, making each bandage in its own layer, essentially, with the same settings. For the bandages, I say a stroke setting. So every layer I draw, and then you don't have to draw all of them. You can just duplicate them and rotate them around. I will select all of them and move them a bit back, a bit down. And then we're gonna make a clipping mask out of them. So they only render over the actual leg, and that is important. Otherwise, you're gonna come up with scuff. Okay, file export. Let's refresh. Oh, ignore the face. Hey! Dude, it's kind of cute, not gonna lie. It's kind of fucking cute, not gonna lie. All right, so here's what I will do to fake the shading. If you don't want to draw, don't worry, I got you. Actually, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna convert them to a smart object. So they're together, but I can also still access them. And I'm gonna select all of them, convert them into smart objects, bandages. And then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna select roughly an area around the bandages. Then I'm gonna select the original layer again. Control J to make a duplicate of the selection, make a clipping mask, put it on the top. Then Control Shift U to desaturate everything. Okay, let's set it to pin lights. Lower the blending shades. Lower the opacity to something like 34. I will make a duplicate of it. I will make it into multiply. Then I'm gonna hold down Control, select all the bandages layer on the little box. Then I'm gonna add the mask to these two, so it only happens on the bandages and on the entire leg. Yeah, this is already better. Here's the difference. It's much better already. But let's test it. Yes. Yes. We're gonna go back to this one. Actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find... Okay, so for example, have socks lights and socks color. I'm gonna shift select both of them. V, grab them, drop them, and just like that, adjust them. And just like that, we have white socks. I know that this needs to be, it's supposed to be shadow, but it needs to be closer to the skin color. So I'm gonna, again, select with shift both of them, V to move them, grab them, and drop them over here. I'm gonna grab the masks and drop them to the trash bin, so I delete them. Then I'm gonna add masks again. I'm gonna invert the masks and start painting on the mask selected, D on the keypad to revert the colors with white. There goes this one. Brush, here I come. Honestly, the way I do things is with brush a lot. Like, I don't draw, but when doing stuff like that, it's really, really, really useful to me. I'm gonna use this one. Let's do the magic wand tool and point sample 25. If you right click on the tools, you see the subtools. We're gonna select the Magic Wand subtool, then we're gonna go to tolerance and set it to 125. Then I'm gonna select the default layer and I'm gonna try to select some of the skin away. We're still gonna need to refine it a little bit, but you know, it's better than nothing. Then I'm gonna select this mask, D, again to set the folds. Alt and backspace fills the layer. Select the other mask, Alt backspace fills the layer. There we go. Let's do the same one for this. Although this is gonna be easy one. All right, let's refresh. All right, so the saddle looks nice. The skirt obviously is not, because I used to have like, you know, a test. Okay, let me fix this. This dude needs to be blue as well. I think this layer, guys, do you wanna do something naughty with her panties? Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna choose like a red color. I'm gonna color her panties pink. Okay, let's see. I won't tell her. Okay, new layer, mermaider. I'm gonna write mermaider was here. I don't regret anything. I do not regret anything. Okay, since I don't know exactly where the eyes are located, this is gonna take some trial and error. So in this case, it would have been so much easier working on the PSD because I can know exactly where the scar is supposed to go. Actually, no, I think it's fine. Yeah, nothing, like it will move, but I cannot do anything about that. I think I like this position. Now I just need to refine it. Okay, what do you feel, guys, about the scar? I am happy with it. I am happy so far. I think the next thing we need to do is make her shirt white. It should be pretty easy. New layer, shirt, color. Take the brush, paint over the shirts, and then set it to what? No, color. Now her shirt is white. I think I'm gonna make the jacket next. Okay, let's take the sample over here as well. I will make this one white. Okay, let me export real fast to see how it looks. The only concern I have is that the white might not be enough contrast with the blue of her skin. I might want to make her skin a little bit darker. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna try to make the skin a bit darker. How I would do that is I go to the skin color multiply and I set it to 50. So we have a little bit part of the cardigan here. 1, 2. I will try to do the same overlays onto the skirts. So, like, remember how I said that white is like, give me all of it, and black is like, give me none of it? If I do shift and backspace, it gives me the fill option. If I fill this one with gray, then it's like, okay, you give me not all of it. You give me half of it. So, let's see how half of it looks like. Yeah, I think this is nice. Okay, we're on the right track. Let's make the blazer blue. So what I have now for the shirts, it's actually a few things. The shirt color is over the shirt part, the cardigan parts committing of the main body, this part here, and the sleeves and the skirt. But then the skirt lightened, and the shirt lightened, and the brightness and contrast is on all of those except for the shirt, because the shirt was already white and bright enough, so we don't want to brighten it even more. We're gonna do something similar for the blazer. New blazer color. Okay, so I paint over all the blazer. I know there are parts like the hand here and this one here and the middle here where I should be filled in with blue. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the shirt. I'm gonna select, let's say it's shirt lighten. I'm gonna hold down Control and click on the layer in the layer panel. And then I think I will also do the same for the skin mask. So Control and Shift to add to the mask. And then I select the blazer color and I hit delete. And that will delete the pixels that we don't need. So now we have a clean cut of the blazer. We set the thing again to... And I'm gonna lower the opacity a little bit. Refresh. Hey! How do we delete something from the layer in a non-destructive layer? So what we have to do is we go to the main layer, the original one, and we add a mask by clicking, this little button, vector mask. And then essentially we have the mask selected. We paint, we paint on the mask. In that way, we don't lose any pixels if we need them back. Actually, to make sure that you don't ever mess up with this one, I would select the main layer, so it has the outline around it. And then we're gonna do this. This will make it so we cannot change the pixels. Okay, what I will do, so I can see better, is I would add a layer under all these, and I will fill it with a dark color. So when I delete from the mask, I can actually, see that I'm deleting shit. I am not even sorry for what I'm about to do, okay? I'm not even sorry, chat! If I hold down Control and click on the mask, I can see the mask. Then I get the paint buckets tool and paint. And then I click the normal layer, I can see again. Like, again, this is one of the things that would be so much easier if I had a PSD, but I don't. Okay, let's see now. Woo! It still needs some refining, but I'm happy in general. I just wanted to test how it looks. When we're gonna finish the rips on the skirts. Oh my gosh, the sexiness. All right, what do we have left? Actually, we're gonna paint these ribbons blue as well. Okay, we need to do hair ribbons. Then I want to add a white on the blazer. And then I want to make a blood version.
5 minutes later.
Guys, is this looking cute? Is this looking cute or what? Okay, I think we're done with the blazer. Now, okay, let's add some blood. Let's find some blood stains. Oh, no, I think this looks better actually. Oh, we still haven't made the ribbons. Shit. Patterns are hard, dude. Because if you don't offset them, they look like dog shit. Now the hard part. The dots. Okay, so what we need to do again, I will actually make a few of them. Like, I will just keep duplicating them. Because I don't want it to look continuous like this here. I want it to look... Well, this one does not actually look bad, but, give it a little bit of vavavoom. Nice. So, I think we're done, actually. I will give her... Okay. So, I will give her two options. I will give her two textures. One without the holes and one with the holes. And what she can do... I know she cannot make it a button, but what she can do is make a duplicate of her model and have one duplicate have the normal clothes and the other one have the ripped clothes. And then Vtuber Studio allows you to add a shortcut to load a new model. So she can do that. Oh, wait. There's one more thing. One more thing. Okay. Chat! So, if this video makes 1,000 likes, I will make a giveaway. Yeah, if it gets 1,000 likes, I will make a giveaway for one VTuber fellow friend. And I will make them a costume for Halloween. Yeah. So, comment, like, subscribe, and most of all, share it with your VTuber friends so they know how to be sexy this Halloween. Yes. I hope this was helpful. Please let me know in the comments if you have any questions and I will try to answer them. Like I said a million times, but I'll say it again, this is not a Photoshop tutorial. This is just a demonstration of how I do my outfit changes. So, yeah. I'll see you all soon. Happy hunting. I don't know. Bye-bye.